it's Arisa Kimiana. I'm going to start recording videos to post to YouTube exclusively. I've yet to decide how I want to edit these, if they'll be similar to my stream highlights or their own thing entirely, so just please bear with me while I figure it all out. Hey guys, this is Arisu, and today we are going to be going back through, this name butchers me every time. Milk outside a bag of milk outside a bag of milk. And we are going to go through and get all of the 5 endings. So let's go ahead and just hop right in. I've actually watched an analysis video regarding parts of this game. I didn't watch every single bit of it, so not spoil the endings for me, but it pointed out that this scene here, when I thought it might be like her injecting medicine into her arm, it's actually, what people suspected is our character is allergic to milk. And she drank the milk, and that's why her mother here is so adamant about her not drinking milk, and that her injecting her here must be an EpiPen. Okay, in order to get this first ending, which is actually the ending I received the first time, I have to trigger a strangulation cutscene, which we are about to see. And to do that, I have to select this right here. That's the thing, I have no idea. This is weird. Will you tell me? I'm not sure if it was like this the last time I played this game, but I don't remember there being eyes outside the window. It's kind of unnerving. And this is where the first ending begins. I wake up on a wooden bench. In front of me lies a narrow, dim-lit alley, an awfully familiar road. Where have I seen it? Finally. I hear a voice coming from the other side. I turn around and see a boy with a weird expression on his face. You're late! Who are you? The boy blinks in bewilderment. We're not going anywhere like this. Try again. Then he takes a very deep breath. You are late. I stare at him, confused. He stares back, also confused. Sorry? The boy nods, satisfied. See? Much better. Do you have a name? My name's Cheska. I give the brat an evaluating look. He's so young, yet already coming at me with questions like that? None of your business. And besides, will anyone tell me what I'm doing here? Hey, that's rude. It's not like there's somebody else here besides me. Haven't they told you anything? I know all there is to know, for one. About what? You're obligated to escort me to the store. Cheska says that and strikes a victory pose. No way I'm doing that. You do understand that refusal is futile? Well, aren't you full of yourself? I'm serious. I'm not the one who decided that. Do you think I'm delighted with your company? He's weird, constantly shifting between happiness, sadness, loudness, silence. He's a wacko, and his name is stupid. Are we going or what? You can go and I need to think. I'd be happy to, but I don't know the way. Cheska puts on a cunning smile. I bite my lower lip in frustration. I'll be honest with you, I don't like you. He simply bursts out laughing in reply. I do like you, though. Then he grabs my hand without hesitation. I don't even have time to retort. Lead the way! Our trip to the store went fine, if not for the fact that Cheska was walking way faster than me. And on the other hand, at times he stopped abruptly and went backwards, studying the ground underneath his feet. In the end, the trip took a lot longer than it should. After reaching the store's doors, we were greeted by a sign. We're closing in 20 minutes. Who had the bright idea to indicate their working hours in this way? They probably had special staff for this. Someone who runs to change the sign every 5 minutes. It's convenient. Are you joking? Yeah. You're so annoying. It's much better than being boring. How old are you, by the way? None of your business. And what's your name? None of your business. I was ready to slap the living hell out of the brat, but a scary-looking man suddenly appeared behind the glass. He's holding a cardboard sign that says we're closing in 15 minutes. Let's go. What are you waiting for? Huh? Oh, yeah. After another round of going across the long row of canned products, we realized that we're lost. I can't believe you don't know where they sell milk. Maybe we should ask someone for directions? Sure. Hey, wait up! Cheska lets go of my hand and walks confidently toward one of the few store customers. That person is standing with their back to us, studying something on the shelf. Hello, can I can't hear neither the second part of their question nor the reply he gets, but my good-for-nothing friend freezes in place. Looking the customer straight in the eye, I hurry towards them. Is he yours? The customer talks to me. He speaks with disgust while wearing a scornful expression. If he's yours, please get him away from me. Yes, I'm sorry. I grabbed Jessica's hand and lead him away. He's still looking at the customer, his mouth ajar and eyes popped. He's also shaking. Only when we turn around the corner, Jessica calms down. What was that? I got so scared. He said, what? No, not again! Suddenly, Jessica starts screaming like crazy. I cover his mouth with my hand. His face is burning and he's crying. Can you act normal? You don't understand. Of course I don't. I don't understand anything. Annoying other people is still wrong, though. This is something you don't understand, it seems. You're mean. Who? Me? Jessica pushes me away and runs off. Drat. At the end of my vision, I see the store staff hang a new sign on the door. There you are! I meet Jessica at the cash register. Before that, I managed to visit the milk department after finding out where it was. Hey, you! Move! I hear an angry voice coming from the other side of a long queue that's formed after Jessica. I squeeze through toward him. What happened? The boy doesn't respond. He just looks at his feet and sniffs. The cashier towers over him. There's a bag of milk lying between them. Is he yours? Yes. Just leave him at home next time. People in the queue nod in agreement. Pay for the goods, please. Yes, of course. And the waiting fee? What? You heard me. I did, but that's unheard of. Jessica starts giggling all of a sudden. And for the fact that your son is a retard, too. But... You heard me. You know what? In a fit of rage, I throw a banknote at the cashier of much higher value than needed, even counting in all the stupid fees. Then grab a bag of milk and turn around on my heels. We're leaving, Jessica. We spend the whole trip back in silence. At some point, we end up turning right towards a gas station. There, Jessica finally breaks the silence. Do you like the ice cream? No. Okay. I look at the boy's face. A light flickers in his eyes for a brief moment and then goes out. You know... He turns away from the path and walks straight toward the highway with determination. I stare at his back, confused. It seems like you're not helping me at all. A new playful light flickers in Jessica's eyes. I believe no matter which ending we get, she will wake up crying. Okay, so for all of the other 4 endings, we need to say nothing here. So this is the beginning of the second ending, also known as the phone ending. Hello, thank you for choosing your pizzeria. You know, this place is so empty, though I don't feel particularly good or bad because of it. I'm all alone. But at the same time, it feels like I'm not. There's a lot of thoughts in my head. They always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. I'm sure they'll be able to fill the void around me if I try hard enough. Although... no matter how much I think, my surroundings don't change. Yes, things happened in my head, but they never left its premise. And it's not like I tried to suppress them. Maybe they were afraid to come out? What kind of pizza would you like to order? Anyway, there's so much space in my head that could be put to good use. So every thought would make a senseless and merciless circle in my head, destined to go back to where it started. But there should be an end somewhere. You can't wander around forever. What do you think? I know it sounds scary, but it's not scarier than constantly existing among the void. This place is safe, and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. Please note that we have a special offer right now. 3 pieces for the price of 2. Yeah, there's probably nothing good in having the same thoughts over and over. What's the point of having them anyway? I could have escaped from here, but I feel like my thoughts aren't helping me at all. They should be ashamed, probably. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. I would have had it easier with one. I tried to find it. It turned out to be a waste of time. No matter where I look, it's not looking good, pun not intended, and that strips me of the last little bit of hope for salvation. We also have a discount program for new customers. You can learn about it more on your account page. Don't you think that me being here is also a waste of time? What's the point in that? I can just keep on thinking, and even then my thoughts are as meaningless and empty as everything else. Does it mean that I'm not filling the void, but am I part of it? Then why should I feel anything? Why should I know that I exist? Although I'm not even sure about that. This place is always neither warm nor cold. It's neutral. At the same time, if I think about warmth, I feel warm. Maybe this world corresponds to my thoughts? I wouldn't want to admit that. I'm completely empty. I'm not the reason everything had disappeared, right? Can't I just adapt and get used to having nothing around me since I can't do anything about it? Are you ready to make your order? Yes, that's right. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone, but at the same time it feels like I'm not. There are a lot of thoughts in my head. They always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. This place is safe and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. Me being here is a waste of time. I don't fill the void. I'm a part of it. This strips me of the last bit of hope I have for salvation. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. What's the point in having one? I feel like nobody's helping me. They should feel ashamed. I wouldn't want to admit it, but I'm all alone here. I can't do anything about it. Please note that we have a special offer right now. 4 pizzas for the price of 2. I don't care that this place is empty. You hear? I feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone. My head is full of thoughts to eclipse the world around me. This space is pretty cramped, but at least it's safe. Even though I'll never feel good here. Does that mean existing is a waste of time? I need to decide, and my thoughts will help me. They'll lead me to the exits, and I'll be able to feel proud of myself. I'll be able to save myself. At the same time, I don't really care anymore. This place is empty, but it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm alone, but my head is full of thoughts. A whole world, one might say. If I try hard enough, it'll be able to fill the void around me. Still, no matter how much I keep thinking, my surroundings don't change. Yes, something happened outside of my head, but... what was it? There's not enough space for my thoughts. It's already filled with something else. Even if there's nothing around me, I'm still here. And my head is full of thoughts. If I try hard enough... So the world isn't empty after all. I can't see anything. Session timeout. Please reload the page. I think I forgot to state it while I was doing it, but in order to get that ending, you have to collect her phone, and her phone is like a really tiny thing on the floor. It's kind of hard to see, but when you pick it up, she goes like, I wonder what this is, and then it pretty much just goes on from there. So what we saw there, to me, came off across as she's lonely, she doesn't have anybody else to talk to, so she's literally just texting this pizza place. all her feelings and all her thoughts. Okay, so the third ending we're going to get is called the mirror ending. And what we need to do is we need to not pick up the phone, which is right here, by the way. And we also need to collect all 5 of the fireflies. And the way you get these is you click on the pills here. You click on this dosage stuff. You click on this laptop here. You click on the sketchbook here, and then you click on the backpack. And now we can finish searching. And here's our third ending. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not like I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others will think at school. Well, it's not like I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not like I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not like I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others will think at school. Well, it's not like I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on the first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you after all. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Good morning! I feel wonderful today. Can't wait for my first day at school. Hey, hurry up! Yes, Mom? Okay, so what did we just see there? To me, at least, that tells me that she's not comfortable with herself. She has some self-esteem issues. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. It's a very disturbing ending. I can confirm that to you. I'm very disturbed right now. Not entirely sure how to feel about it. I guess the only thing I can say is let's move on to the next ending, huh? Okay, so the fourth ending that we're going to be getting is called the Room and Field ending. And in order to do that, we have to make sure we don't collect the phone, don't collect all the 5 fireflies, and we need to trigger this laptop dialogue. by selecting this one right here. You'll end up returning to that subject anyways. I will point out now that so far every single run I've had, this background has been something different. So I guess they must just have several different ones that you can toggle through. Or not you can toggle through, but like the game toggles through. So it's like random on different playthroughs, maybe? Okay, so after this we need to select... There's no way somebody cares about you that much. And essentially what this does is it convinces her to go out onto the balcony. My apartment building looks like a bottomless cooking pot, but instead of soot it has hundreds of concrete and metal boxes on its walls. There are lights on the windows, there are muffled voices coming from inside. The howling wind spirals up and splits into hundreds of independent streams. Seems like it wants to be heard by every living person here. It must feel so lonely, living in endless silence. Your apartment building's pretty weird, isn't it? I could see the horizon from my window before, and the building grew for miles in both directions. I guess at some point it circled around and closed in on itself. Nothing unusual about that. How do you feel? I definitely feel something that's more than enough. Still, you're anxious, aren't you? Of course! More if I'm completely terrified. Was it that obvious? You're looking in every direction, but not up. Ah, this... I've already told you, haven't I? About what? You know, small stuff. Can small stuff make you terrified? It's hard to explain. I climb up the metal railing and let my legs hang down. I sneak short glances at the abyss from time to time. It replies with angry, cold breath. That's how we interact, like old friends. Sometimes I feel like the whole world pretends to be crazy, as if it's trying to make me believe in something that doesn't exist. That's weird, isn't it? Yes, but at the same time, it makes me feel a little bit happy. Everything around me was created for my sake, to deceive, trick, confuse me. If that's true, I guess I'm not so crazy myself after all. You believing in this is the definition of craziness. You're probably right. Another gust of wind blasts against the pot's wall, smashing the glass to dust and blowing away the concrete crust. I, on the other hand, feel a gentle breeze that only ruffles my hair. I still haven't come up with a code word. You're the one to remember your You are the one to remember your promise. You don't need a code word anymore. I don't like it when this happens. I have to remember certain things only when I want to. Nonetheless, you made the promise. And I'll keep it, but you need to keep in mind that from this moment, every word will bring me pain. I bend down and imagine falling into the abyss. I have exactly 2 minutes before I meet my end. I had a friend online, my best friend, even though the combination of letters he used instead of his name was not cool. Well, the combination of pixels he had interested of his photo was also boring and unattractive. This is so strange and wrong, breaking the rules of being online. Why was he doing that? Maybe his code was a few lines short? I don't quite get what you mean. I could tell you about those rules. You can't find them anywhere, but I'm smart, so I figured them out myself. Although, I'm not sure if I should divulge them. Why? When I try to say what I think out loud, I tend to make mistakes. If I make just a single one, everything that comes after contradicts my thoughts. And I end up with the opposite position. And I don't want that. According to that logic, it'd be better for you to keep your mouth shut forever. Yeah, that's my dream. Keep my mouth shut, never get from bed, never see or hear anything. Just dream on and on. Oh, why is everything so terrible? Don't get that distracted. So what was that about your friend? My friend? Ah, yes. He was brazen enough to... Come on, gather your thoughts. He somehow made me believe that he was real. He kept describing someone else's life to me in detail as if it was him, and he expected me to do the same. And then I told him everything about myself without hiding a single thing. I grit my teeth. The wind whips my face without mercy. It slices my skin into uneven stripes as if it's a piece of thin cloth. He knew more about me than anyone else in the world. You know what he did? Yes. Sending an army of bots to harass me was probably fun. And what's most important is it was a win-win situation. They spawn here and there, simple bits of code that are effortless to run. No wonder the algorithm assigns the platform more often than others from the list. Text and video generators get to work at the same time. My name surfaces on the web more and more. It's unbearable. Unbearable. From around every corner, every balcony, ceiling, attic wall, I always feel many pairs of watchful eyes directed at me. And now they watch from the screens, too. But I'll put an end to it. I've decided a long time ago. Though, maybe I only decided that only... My body finally crashes into the ground, smashing into millions of tiny pieces like porcelain. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. And here will be the fourth ending. Room and field ending. I wake up lying on the cold floor in the center of a cramped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls and a single door. I can hear muffled sounds coming from the other side of it. Scary sounds. I hug my knees and wrap myself in my sweater, like it's a blanket. It's no use. I'm chilled to the bone. The room is pretty spacious, but I still can't shake that feeling that I'm trapped inside a suffocating casket, and the faint blue glow that sneaks in through the keyhole only adds to that feeling. Do I want to know what's outside? As if on cue, an inhuman roar comes from the other side of the door. It becomes louder and louder, more and more distinct with every passing second. Somebody, or something, is getting closer. I curl into a ball, trying to take up as little space as possible. Maybe I become invisible or become smaller in some miraculous way. In the meantime, the howl becomes unbearably loud, but only for a moment. Then it sheepishly backs off, until I can't hear it anymore. I finally decide to stand up. After I do that, I hear another strange sound. It's coming from right above me now. The ceiling moves upward, squeaking, small debris falling on my head. I squint a little, then raise my hand, trying to touch the ceiling, but it suddenly starts to rise quicker and instantly disappears into the darkness. I'm not in the casket anymore. Well, it wasn't exactly a casket now. It was a well in the form of a casket. The room becomes darker and colder. I'll have to do something at some point. Hours pass. I frantically run from one wall to another, delirious. The walls run away from me, making the already spacious room even bigger. In the end, I stand amidst endless darkness, and the only door is watching me with its eye. I kept purposely avoiding it. I could sometimes hear horrifying rustles and howls on the outside. However, now I don't even have a choice anymore. I slowly come up to the door and reach out toward it. As expected, the door also moves away from me. I continue moving forward with my hand stretched out. I don't want to lose the only source of light in this pitch-black darkness. At some point, I get tired of sneaking up in the door like it's some wild animal, so I lunge at it and try to grab the handle. However, at the last moment, the door whizzes away and I fall to the cold floor, unable to keep my balance. It hurts. Stupid door! Stupid, nasty, cursed door! I hate you! I hate you! I scream at the top of my lungs. I finally let out all the despair that I'd bottled up. I slowly realize how horrible the situation I ended up in is. No, 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 no. I don't stop screaming for a moment because I'm scared to end up in complete silence. If the reality around me disappears, my twisted imagination will take over, and the realest thing I have right now is my voice. Hey, I can hear you! A voice coming from the other side of the door. I'm here, come closer. I scream thrice as hard as before. I scream until my throat hurts, until my ears start buzzing. My biggest wish right now is to keep in touch with that person, whoever they are. Hey, where are you? I rushed towards the door, stumbling on the way. I kept running for 10 minutes, but the door isn't even an inch closer. At the same time, the distance between us hasn't grown either, which means I have matched speed. I just need to make one final push. I gather the last bit of strength I have and push my legs off the ground. The jump feels like an eternity. I stretch out my hand, almost touching the scratchy wood. I dive face first onto the ground with ridiculous speed. I slide at least 30 more feet like that thanks to inertia, leaving behind a bloody trail. My hand is still outstretched, trying to grab empty space. Ah! Tears streamed down my face, making the numerous scratches burn. I tried to wipe them, but I scream and yank my hand away the moment I touch my face. My lip and nose are now a mushy mess. Somebody help! The other side of the door is completely silent. The silence reigns for an excruciatingly long time. However, at some point that silent torture ends. Hey, I can see you! I tried to reply, but stifled whimpers come out of my throat instead of words. Are you hurt? Yes. I stand up from my knees, despite continuing to cry. I take a couple deep breaths and start running again. I keep running for hours. I feel like the door is closer to me by an inch or two now. I almost let myself stop for a rest at the thought. I can't rest. I'll catch up to it sooner or later. The voice from the other side of the door keeps asking me how I feel. I let out heavy, ragged breaths in reply. I'll fall from exhaustion if I utter even a single word. Still, I'm thankful to them, and I don't want them to become silent. After another hour passes, I barely scratch the handle with my nails. I'm almost there. I'm so scared. Why aren't you doing anything? Why are they doing this to me? Don't they understand how painful this is for me? Almost there. You're scaring me. Go away. Rage fills my brain. I ignore the pain in my bones and channel all my strength into one final jump. No! Go away! I firmly grasp into the handle and open the door. Blinding light hits my eyes. I lose the ground beneath my feet and start falling. I'm lying face down in grass. I smell water, earth, and the dampness of the night. And grass, of course. The wind tickles the back of my head. It howls and jumps around restlessly. Lying down like this is unpleasant and rude when nature is so alive around me with sounds, and I'm pretty sure colors too. I stand up full of anticipation. I see an endless field, a clear sky without a single star and a pale moon somewhere very, very far away. I shake my head and try to focus my eyes on anything, but to no avail. My surroundings are just too vast. I feel dizzy. Bam! I'm lying in the thick, wet grass again, but this time I'm looking at the darkness of a night sky instead of just darkness. Is there any real difference, though? The wind howls. It's clearly upset, but what can I do about it? I hear an indiscernible echo coming from far away. A wolf or something else. Doesn't even matter. I'm in the grass. Nobody can see me. Woo! The echo draws closer and closer. At some point I realize that's not a wolf. I jump up and start turning my head in a panic. Where's that sound coming from? I haven't said anything that loud, but I got an instant reply. Ooh. Hey, I can hear you. My voice runs across the field, mixing with the rustle of grass along and the howls of the wind. It feels like it's about to get absorbed by them, but... Ooh. Hey, where are you? Ooh. I can't understand. Where should I run to, if I should run at all? Somebody clearly wants me to find and help them. Maybe they're hurt? The grass tickles my heels where I drag my feet in the direction where I think the sound is coming from. It's just, there's not a single tree or stone around, only an endlessly wide field. I hear a resounding, painful scream. I shut my eyes and cover my ears. I suddenly feel scared. The scream turns into a cry. I carefully raise my head, still scared to death. Somewhere very far away amongst the thick grass, I spot a silhouette. Just a black spot, but... Hey, I can see you! The silhouette doesn't move, but the sound is definitely coming from its direction. No, it's not a scream, more like a whisper or a wheeze. Ooh. Are you hurt? No reaction again, just muffled sounds. Maybe it's the wind going mad and the black spot is just a stone or a tree? I walk away, disappointed. 100 steps, 200 steps. Then I turn around. Surprisingly, the spot hasn't come any closer. Any smaller. I start jogging. The grass is no longer tickling me. It's whipping my ankles, leaving cuts. Feeling of panic and an unexplainable dread grow inside me. A stone, a tree. Why the hell is this field endless? I don't turn around anymore. I know that's chasing me. The sounds reaching my ears before it become even stranger, louder, and more distinct. The wind is blowing me too, huh? Isn't that right? That's the case, right? Finally a stop. I ran out of breath. I'm at the brink of dying. At least I think so. Woo! The horrifying voice is coming from right behind me. I turn around instinctively and, for some reason, try to shield my face, but end up losing balance, falling to the ground. The grass replies with a nasty crackling rustle. Ooh! I've had enough! I spring up. The silhouette is still there at the same distance as before. It's standing there, without moving an inch. I'm scared here, you know? Why don't you do anything? The silhouette trembles, and then starts slowly gliding towards me, followed by new sounds, wheezes, moans. Fear shackles me. I can only stand and watch the approaching black spots. My lips are parched. I speak in a voice I don't recognize. You're scaring me. Go away! After that, the spot expands rapidly, and in the blink of an eye, most of the sky in the field is consumed by the sticky, cold darkness. Paralysis finally lets my body go, and I immediately sprint away. Ooh! I run so fast that the grass turns to a dark green mush under my feet. I slip up, fall, and run again. Ooh! Oh, no, I'm just trying to make ghost noises. No, 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 no. Ooh! No! Go away! An unknown voice turns my head with a crunching sound, and the darkness consumes everything. I wake up on the cold floor in the center of a cramped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls. I find it interesting that that's the only part of the game that's not in red. Why would that be? Why was it in green and not red? Okay, let's get this 5th ending here. Here we go. We begin the last ending, which is called the stairs ending. And to get this ending, you have to not trigger the strangulation cutscene, don't click the phone, don't collect all 5 fireflies, and do not go to the balcony. I wake up and immediately almost lose consciousness from horror. A thin metal stairway snakes up around a giant column, disappearing into the darkness. I press myself into the cold wall and pray that I freeze into it. This feeling. I know I've spent a couple of hours or days here, but I don't know how high this column is. I don't know whether I'm going up or down. A billion pounds of concrete and a million miles of emptiness. It's impossible to stay sane when you're near cosmic numbers like that. Looking at them, touching them, even thinking of them makes me feel an unimaginable horror. It's just a matter of time before my short term here will end. My mind will melt and my body will turn to dust. The wall's coarse surface scratches my face. The steps under my feet hum from the wind, eager to escape the concrete's clutches and dive into the abyss along with me. But I'll stay here. I'll stay here without going anywhere. I won't even open my mouth. My every word will be swallowed up into the abyss. I won't take a single step. Why would I? To find out where the stairway abruptly ends? It's all meaningless. Many units of time pass, but I'm still unmoving. My whole body is trembling, but then I realize it. The whole space around me that's trembling. It can't wait to destroy me. Maybe I should gather my will and at least turn my head. That thought doesn't stay in my head for too long. It's torn out with inhuman force, unaware of what's about to happen. I slowly turn my whole body with a squeak. No, this isn't what I wanted. Don't! Amongst the silence sinks a lonely colossus, unmoving. Until the music stops, the bridge across the dark abyss cannot be seen. Oppressive, thick, sticky air drives itself into my ears, silencing my thoughts with a haphazard string of words, while I watch the scene before me unfold. Hundreds of giant concrete structures, just like mine, spread in tiny rows, endlessly in all directions. Stairways wrap around them like vines. There, at the end of this world, there's a person smiling. This world still exists, but all that makes it both exist and not. I tried to erect a mind block, but to no avail. My brain is already at the mercy of a super creature. A moment passes, and I realize that my body doesn't belong to me either anymore. My legs start moving on their own. The only thing I can do is choose the direction. Up, down, or... The crowd notices blood on Wozlak's hands. He runs away. Mandela appears. He has nothing human about him, apart from his excessive grace and hidden elegance. He walks out to the center of the stage. First act begins. Foreign thoughts become even more incoherent. There's less and less space for my own. Do you feel the connection to your body clearly, or does it still cause confusion and fear? If you've been living through the fear a lot recently, how did it manifest exactly? Answer honestly. Don't hide anything. I decided to descend. You can have a sneaking suspicion that something is wrong because your path has changed. Maybe you started talking in a wrong way or made some sort of mistake. If so, start getting used to your new life. Try creating imagery that would instill the feeling that everything is as it should be, and with time it will create a new order inside you. I don't doubt that you're going through some hard times, but you don't have to make sacrifices. Grow up. Only then will you be able to obtain the meaning of life. Do you get it? Try that if you find it important. Every passing day is a precious gift. If you share a piece of that gift with the world even once, it'll seem like a speck of dust. Do you get it? No, I'm sorry. I won't get that then. Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Yes, you get it. When you notice how people look at themselves in the mirror, when you look at your own reflection and realize that it exists in reality, do you understand how exactly it exists? Okay, so I'm going to briefly go over some of the things that either I've interpreted about the game or I've researched, quote unquote, very brief researching, but looked up about the game and found that other people have said about this game. It seems that there's a general agreement or pretty much confirmation with what I had said during this first game and the second game, where I said that it's about mental illness. Especially in this second game, it seems to confirm to me that our main character here may suffer with some sort of OCD, maybe autism, depression, and anxiety, definitely. The reason why I state autism is because she had, like, it's different for everybody. Autism is a spectrum, of course, but she displays some of the, some stimming that seems pretty typical for people who are on the spectrum. Stuff like, random screaming, waving your hands around, perhaps, like, you know, stuff like that. She does that quite a bit, and then Treska also does that when she's observing him from a different point of view. And another telling way of this is how Treska was referred to as a retard, which is something that people often use to as a derogatory term towards people who are on the spectrum. And so I think that I was correct in assuming that she must have some sort of mental illness. I was correct in guessing that she might have autism. It seems to be a game describing, or not describing, but showing off how life can be very difficult for people with these mental illnesses, and not only on them, but also on the family around them. The way we are shown the mother is very monstrous, very demanding, but at the same time, we can also probably sympathize with her because we get a glimpse into how life has been like for her when our main character is trying to take care of Treska. And, for example, her father committed suicide, and that is in no way something easy for a wife to handle. Her husband committed suicide, her kid has a bunch of these mental illnesses, mental things that she has to take a bunch of medicine for. And so it's not all, you know, ice cream and cherries and whipped cream and sprinkles, you know? I really enjoyed playing this game and the last game, other than like a deep story kind of point of view. It was very, honestly, engaging to play and very disturbing. I had several moments where I might not have said it out loud, but I got pretty startled and I like jumped a little bit in my seat, or like just like felt a chill run down my spine. Especially the soundtrack, I feel, is very effective in this game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. While you're down there, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I also stream over on Twitch. It'll be linked down in the description along with my other socials. There are 2 videos you can click on to my left. The one on top is the last video I've uploaded, and the one on the bottom is a video YouTube recommends for you. Go check them out if you're interested. With that being said, goodbye!